I got little black roaches crawling up my leg. Little black kids is just as intelligent as little white kids. Barack Hussein Obama, you're very articulate. And if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Then we're going to put y'all back in chains. Famous quotes by Joe Biden. In the age of AI and technology, would you believe that little black kids in New York City don't even know what a computer is? They just too dumb and stupid. They just don't know what a computer is. Where many people have cell phones, many people have tablets, many people have laptops, many people have a PC as I, this black haired woman, is using right now. But the majority of blacks, they just don't know what a computer is, especially those little black kids in New York City. Yeah, the governor said that. She done told us. She done said it. Those little black kids they don't know nothing. They don't know what a computer is. Governor Kathy Hochul recently sat down with anchor and host MSNBC Jonathan Capehart. Now, the conversation happened, it's a global conference from what I understood, and Milken University or Milken Institute was the hostess. So this was about education, college, the future, AI, and these sorts of things. And in one part of the interview, he asked her a question in reference to AI and how that's going to be affecting education and what role that the universities, New York, plays in all of this. And so she went to answer the question. And I don't know this anchor. Don't think I've ever followed him. I tend not to watch anything from MSDNC. And this man seemed very educated, seems like he knew a lot, very well spoken, as Joe Biden would say. He had some charm and he's very well spoken, very articulate. That's what Joe Biden said. He's very articulate, just like Obama. And so Kathy Hochul answered the question and she said, she threw this part in that black kids in her community, in her state, they do not know what the word computer is. And I saw it in a clip and then I says, I need to watch this whole thing in its full context so I can understand how this black man responds to this white woman saying that black kids are too dumb to know what a computer is in the age of computers. And so this here black educated man, would you believe, did not ask, well, Madam Governor, what do you mean that black kids don't know what a computer is in the age of AI? What do you mean they don't know what computers are right here in New York City? So, Madam Governor, would it be because the public schools has failed them? Is that why they don't know what a computer is, madam? Has New York City failed them? Is that why they don't know what a computer is, madam? But no, that's not what he did at all. Let's get into it. Hello, friend, and welcome to The Conservative Poet. My name is Amania. Here on the channel, I do political commentary, reactions. I throw some parody, some comedy in there to sort of soften the blow of the current political news cycle that's going on. And so, if this is something that interests you, please, you have come to the right place. You can subscribe if you'd like, comment, that would help. Like it, that really does help. And if you like it, then stay a while. Really would love to have you. So, without further ado, Let's get into the
Into
video.
the nitty gritty about what you're doing in New York State and trying to transform the future of work. And I wanted to hit on three things in the 11 minutes and 45 seconds that we have. The first one is AI. Talk about your newly announced Empire AI Consortium and how you hope it will make New York become a global leader in artificial intelligence.
Jonathan, I don't hope, it will. We are very confident that what we're doing in the state of New York, and this idea came from Tom Secunda at Bloomberg, one of the founders of Bloomberg. We sat down and had breakfast in October in New York City, and he says, I have this idea that what is happening, the power of supercomputing right now is in the hands of the large private companies. What if we created a consortium that opened up all the potential of AI to larger groups, such as college campuses? And he committed that he'll help me find the private sector dollars. I have $125 million of commitments. I said the state's in. We supported $275 million to go toward this initiative. Various universities, Cornell, NYU, University of Rochester, RPI, and our state schools all have bought into this. So now what we have is the money to build a phenomenal supercomputer that is going to be accessible to researchers in New York, college students, will attract more federal grants, and this is how we lay down the mark. No state has done this. And in fact, I talked to a lot of other people who said, I wish my governor had thought of that first. I said, no, this is New York. We like to be first, with all due respect to people from other states. It's sort of our attitude. We will be the best, we will be the first, and I want others to follow, because right now we have, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges. I've created this governance board, this advisory committee. Our CEO is Arvind Krishna, who is the CEO of IBM, very well-established legacy industry. The co-chair is Tamika Barrett, who's the CEO of Girls Who Code. Why did I do that? Because I want all those young girls to know that there's a place for them in this emerging technology. So this is how we make it more equitable, make AI equitable for all in the state of New York. Mm-hmm. And I want other states to follow that. That's just the larger framework. Got it through the legislature. Can't always do that very easily, but it's a huge commitment. But that supercomputer is being built, and we're going to get it done.
In one of the campuses, I can't believe you didn't mention this, was on Buffalo. Yes. Your hometown. Okay, the second of three fronts I wanted to touch on is semiconductors. The president announced last week that upstate New York will be designated as a national workforce hub. What exactly does that mean, and how does the company Micron Technology factor
Seen
into
that,
this?
heard that, good. So, here is a very well-educated black man. Don't know where he educated from. But I do know that he said it, he distinguishedly put it out there. He is the anchor with the Washington Post, I think it was. And then he is also hostess of the MSNBC, Saturday and Sunday program. So he's very there. He's very in the know, right? And here you are sitting with the, what was it, 57th governor of New York City. Before I get into him, I want to address something Kathy said, which was New York City is the first to do this program that they're talking about. But you know what? New York City is the first out of our union to crumble. Okay? New York City has fallen due to her leadership. New York City is in terrible condition. Now, I know we're having protests all over the country, but the hub where all things live, it is in New York City. New York City is the cesspool that is crumbling around us. Look at what's happening to President Trump in New York City. Look at the migrant situation in New York City. Look at the woke mayor, what's his name? Adams and how he's dealing with this, giving the illegals cards, okay? Everything crumbles in New York City. And I don't know how she landed this government deal. But whatever is happening in New York City, it ain't that great. So we're just going to put that out there. It ain't that great. Had to get that off my chest before I handle this friend. So let's get into him right now. So before I move into our friend Mr. Jonathan Capehart, I just have to pull the old elephant out of the room. I need to address the elephant in the room. Okay, I just have to. So the vibes that I'm picking up from Mr. Jonathan here is the vibe of, a whole bunch of sugar in his tank. So I'm not sure if he swings the other way. But maybe I should do that. Let me stop right here and see if he does do that. Swinging the other way, that is. So I did stop and I did go look up Mr. Jonathan Capehart. And I kind of hit that hammer right on the head, or I hit the nail right on the head, because indeed, Mr. Jonathan Capehart, indeed, has got what he's got? Boxes of sugar? Cans of sugar? A bag full of sugar? Oh, yeah. Not just in his tank, friends. Not just in his tank. I got some pictures. I got pictures. So, friends, we have established that this journalist, this reporter, this Mr. Copeland, this man with a whole bunch of sugar in his tank, does not really have the best interests of the Black people. He's not really all there for Black folks. So I'm not surprised that he didn't stand up and say, you know what, Miss Madam Governor, I think I take offense to what you just said in reference to Black children not knowing what a computer is. Because in this day and age, that's not something you should be saying. If you were saying this about 50 years ago, maybe, something like that, then perhaps you might have a point. But this day and age, where even the people out there on the street, even the homeless has a computer in their hands. It's called the phone. So we are exposed to computers. Black kids are exposed to computers. And so another point is this, that all they ever do is stand here and use Black folks to push their agenda. And here we have this Black man and this white woman sitting there they're telling you, this is what we're doing. We're going to use these Black kids to push this initiative to bring in more dollars because the Black kids need it. The Black kids need it because the Black kids don't know what a computer is, and we've got to be able to give the Black kids computers. So we're going to stand here on the shoulders of Blacks that look like you, and we're going to push this and say, Black people, Black kids, Blacks are too stupid, too dumb to know what a computer is. I mean, it is damn near insulting. And how did he come back? Well, Mrs. Governor, I did not see that you mentioned Buffalo, your home college, your home school. That's what he come with. That woman said a whole lot. She said so much. But what really intrigued me was the fact that she said that the Black kids don't know what a computer is. Out of all that she said, all he could come back with is, you didn't mention your own college, Buffalo. You didn't mention Buffalo College. Anchor, New York Post, I believe it was, or Washington Post. Was it Washington Post? Maybe a New York Post. I don't know. But again, MSNBC propagandists, is what we have here. Again, blackmail educated, obviously, very articulate like Obama. And he plays for the other side. Yes, yes, friends, he is a homosexual. Because that's what I found out. And he married to a white man. Married to a white man. And there's pictures. I done told y'all I got pictures. I got to show it to y'all. But this is quite disappointing that here we have a black educated man married to another man sitting here with this white woman who's telling you your people is dumb as rocks, and you ain't got no smoke, you ain't got no rebuttal, you ain't got nothing to say about any of it, but you sit there like a pretty boy and you take it up the ass. Oopsies, did I say that? I did, didn't I? Oh dear. But that's what you did. You sat there and you took whatever she had to dish out, calling your own people pretty much dumb and stupid dumb, and you got no smoke and nothing for her. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, when people come in the comments and call, strong Christian, conservative, alpha males, and they come out here and call these black men Toms, no, friend. If you're ever looking for that, you're not going to find it in a conservative male. No, no. A conservative journalist would have said, you know what, Miss Hochul, I couldn't help but remember what you just said there. You just said something. Do you really believe that none of your children in the New York state knows what a computer is, ma'am? That's the kind of pushback you'd get. But not with this friend. Not with this friend. He could never give anybody the hammer. Except for his husband? I'm just saying. I mean, it's really quite insulting to black intelligence when, the Democrats come out here and they say, pretty much they say it out loud that we don't really think too well of the black race because the black race is truly irrelevant. But they will use the black race to push an agenda to get the rest of America on board, because what they're going to do is they're going to dangle the black race and therefore dangling racism and then therefore dangling the history of America and black America. And so they're going to get their way in saying that, black people need this. Black people need this. But in actuality, black people are just being used. So this whole voter ID situation, it's not because black people are too dumb and too stupid to go down to the motor vehicles and get themselves an ID. Why couldn't black people do that? Like, why can't I do that? What's wrong with me? Why me as a black woman, me as a black human being, why is it so hard to go down to the DMV and get a driver's license, a motor vehicle license? Because that's what you use. You can use your motor vehicle license. So can black people not drive? Like, can black people not go and open up a bank account? Like, all of these things you need this ID for. But they tell you black people are too dumb and too stupid to get themselves a photo ID to use to vote also, along with buying cigarettes, buying alcohol, buying whatever else that they need. Right? Black folks are too stupid to learn computers. I think Joe Biden said it once. Somebody said it once, that black folks didn't know how to work computers. They didn't know how to use computers. Something like that. It was a while back. And now you have Kathy Hochul sitting here with this black man, telling this black man, yeah, those black kids, they don't even know what the word computer is. Hell, they probably can't even spell it. This is her own home state, governor of the state, sitting with you, the black man, telling you to your face, right? Telling you to your face. But ladies and gentlemen, I am going to let this video go now because it was supposed to be a short video until I discovered our friend with the sugar in his tank. So I had to just elaborate a little bit more on him. And he's like a Donna Lemonade, right? Black man, educated black man, married to another man who so happened to be the white supremacist man because they're both married to white men. Donna Lemonade, well, we should give him a name. Donna Lemonade, Jonathan Copeland. Well, that's where we are, friends. Very, very sad. This video has gone a different way than I envisioned. But it is what it is. It's an original. It's an Amania Salas, the conservative poet original. So, as you guys know, I just shoot from the hip. And so where my videos go, they go. And this is where this one went. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let it be here. Thank you so much for taking the time and learning a little bit about what's happening in New York City with Kathy Hochul and what's happening with Democrats and how they're pushing yet another agenda. And again, using Black people to push it through because why? Because Black kids don't know what a computer is. And so now they're going to have to get more money, get more grants so that they can bring computers, supercomputers to New York City just for the Black kids. And they probably will never see it because it's going to go to people like Jonathan Copeland or Capehart, whatever. Any event, I'll see you guys in another video. God bless you and keep you. I'm done with my rant. I'm moving on.